It's
What is it?
daytime.
Mm-hmm.
The first image I got was like a Dutch hat and a Dutch dress, sort
Mm-hmm.
of like just reminds me of what the pictures I've seen of Dutch people.
Mm-hmm. Are you indoors or outdoors?
I am outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Look at your body, starting with your feet. What do you look like?
I'm a woman. I have something covering my feet, like like fabric shoes, like some fabric covering my feet,
Mm-hmm.
and and a dress with an apron.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
I'm in my 30s.
Look around you. Is there anybody with you there?
There's children.
Mm-hmm.
There's there's children playing by some water, a pond, and there's uh, some wooden structure that's holding water near there too. The children are playing over by the water.
How many children do you see?
I see two.
Mm-hmm. Are these your children?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very fond of them.
Mm-hmm. Are they boys or
I was
girls?
One is definitely a boy, and I think the other is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can see his hair and his clothing, and he's has a cute outfit.
Take a look
Just
at his eyes.
adorable.
The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize those eyes in the lifetime of Jean?
They are very loving and they do look familiar, but I don't recognize them.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I want you to feel the emotion of what it feels like to have these children with you. What do you call these children? What are their names?
Pat,
Mm-hmm.
the boy. I don't know. I have a very strong connection to the boy. The girl is not very clear yet, but the boy is what I cremated them to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the girl's name, um, I don't. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that starts with an S, maybe like a.
Okay, that's fine. So let's take a look and see what it is that you do there. How do you spend your time? I'd like for you to go ahead and see yourself doing what it is that you do.
Um, Laundry and cleaning and cooking. The,
Mm-hmm.
the laundry outside near the where the water is, and hanging clothes and cooking. Cooking. I think I cook outside too.
Mm-hmm.
But, and there's some farm animals like a chicken, like chickens and stuff, like small farm animals.
Very good. So I'd like for you now to close the scene, and we're going to go to the time in which you're eating your meal that you've just cooked with your whole family. See yourself there now. Are you indoors or are you outdoors?
Yes, we're eating indoors,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, it's either a duck or a chicken. I can't tell, but um, it's uh, and root vegetables, and uh, it's a way for me to show my family my love, and it is one of the highlights of their day,
Mm-hmm.
is being able to eat. It's
Beautiful. Look around the table and see who's sitting there with you.
I do see my children sitting to my right, and I feel as though there's a man, but I just can't tell if he's a father.
Mm-hmm. Just
So
ease
I don't
into it.
feel
Ease into it so that you understand the relationship with this man. Is he the children's father?
he is definitely their father, and that he is much older than me. That's why I see him as a father rather than a husband.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
He's not, yeah,
I want you to feel his soul. Do you recognize the soul in the lifetime of Jean?
that he just sees me as like a something to that he uses
Mm-hmm.
to give him children and to take care of his house. There's not love there. It's
Okay.
just a utilitarian type of relationship.
Okay. Very good. But most of your love is going towards the children, isn't it?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Very good. So I'd like for you to just take that love that you feel towards these children, and I'd like for you to just put it into your heart. Feel that love. Just breathe it in. That pride of being able to take care of them. Very good. And so now we're going to close the scene and we're going to move forward to another scene in that lifetime in which something very important happens, something that changes your life. Take a deep breath in. 5, traveling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Be there. Where are you?
I seem to be moving with my children to a different location. I feel as though the husband has gone either past or left, and I'm taking my children to another location.
Mm-hmm. I want you to go inside of your feelings. What does this change mean for you?
I feel as though I'll be reunited with my family
Mm-hmm.
rather than being alone with a stranger.
Mm-hmm. So
It's
let's see
a
what.
it's a it's good. It's I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy. I'm coming back home. I'm bringing my children back home.
Mm-hmm. See yourself getting to your destination. Where is it that you go?
It's not as rural. It's a little more like a town with a closer neighbors, village of some sort where my children can play with other children, whereas
Mm-hmm.
before we were isolated somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And I think I'm with a sister who family. I'm just elated, very happy.
Very good. Very good. So let's close this scene and now let's move forward to another special event in that life that explains what happens.
I see my children seem to be grown or at young adults and starting to have families of their own and moving out into the world on their own.
Mm-hmm. How does that feel to you?
It brings me a lot of joy to see that for them to continue and to be happy and to be building their own lives. When they were small children playing by the water, I felt as though they appreciated the honor and respect that I showed to them because it was different than what the father would show to them. I I appreciated and saw their spirits and their individualities and honored them for who they were. And they really appreciated that from me. And they carry that with them and treat others in that same manner. And the respect and the trust and just the honor between us is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. And they show it back to me while, while they're moving out into their own lives. They're showing me the honor and respect back.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's now close this scene and let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime, the day in which you will be leaving that body. I'd like for you to see where you are. What is this place?
I feel like I'm in a bathroom of some sort. Maybe it's it's uh, could be some sort of a hospital that has like floors that are able to be cleaned and a sink.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. It seems like not a bathroom, but like a sterile type of an area.
Check in with your body and see what's going on with your body.
I'm not able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
My energy in raising my breath and taking breaths is diminishing. My ability to take a breath is diminishing.
Mm-hmm. And as this is happening, what's going on in your mind? What are you saying to yourself as your breath doesn't seem to be strong enough for you? What do you feel?
It is. It is. Uh, there is a knowing, and there is a calmness, and there is a readiness that
Mm-hmm.
this is my time. I feel as though this is my time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just preparing myself to be content with leaving.
Very good. So I'd like for you to look around. Is there anybody with you in this last moment?
No family.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe like an attendant that is in another room or close by,
All
but
right.
not with me now.
So I'd like for you to just move ahead to the last moment, the last breath that you take. And tell me what happens. Where does your spirit go?
I feel as though looks like a wisp of smoke that may be leaving either my forehead or my the top of my head area, sort of like a little escape out of the body.
What do you see as this wisp of smoke?
I see the love of my family. I see the joy of my days. I see the hard work that I've done. I see the contribution that I've made. I see the people I've affected, even and my husband. I was uh, able to serve him in the capacity of being a good wife.
Mm-hmm. And as you see this life and understand it from that perspective, what was the purpose of living that life? What did you learn from it?
Relationships with the people around you and your family members are really what orchestrates the entire lifetime.
So now knowing that, I'd like for you to turn to the lifetime of Jean and see how that life is affecting her now. What did she bring to this lifetime from that one?
The strength, the ability to see people and those who see people for the beautiful spirit and the individuals that they are, and to love them for exactly who they are.
So I'd like for this spirit to continue on its journey. Let's find out why it is that Jean, in this lifetime, chose the family in which she chose. I'd like for you to look for your guide and travel to this place of planning. What happens?
My guide has a sort of like a robe, and his arms were folded in front of him, and he tells me it is time. Now is the time that I can go with him.
Mm-hmm. Where does he take you? Describe to me where you are.
I It seems as though we are sort of in a little bit of a circle, and there's kind of like clouds around, and inside of the circle, the clouds have parted, and we can see down into uh, a projected image of different lifetimes, and we are viewing it from a perspective, but we're sort of kind of huddled together and kind of leaning on a ledge and looking down over, and we can see the different lifetimes projected inside the center of the circle. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So as you're looking at all of these different lifetimes, see which of the lifetimes that are being projected are going to be part of the lifetime of Jean. See which one is going to influence her the most.
Yeah, they said all of them do, but yeah, the one.
What do you see?
there's many that I could choose.
All right. So let's do this. I'd like for you to take your guide's hand, and I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to dive into that projection. And let's go to the lifetime in which Jean is using all of her shamanic and spiritual abilities that come so easily to her. I'd like for you to go ahead and just dive into that lifetime now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Be there now.
I'm a man. I'm in a jungle, and but a jungle type of surroundings, and I feel as though I have paint on my face, and I'm wearing things on my arms, like a sort of like a little skirt on my arms. I don't know how to describe it, and like things around my neck. I'm very decorated, and small little cloth around my hips, and something around my shins, my calves, and then I don't know if I have any shoes. I think I'm just barefooted.
Look at your hands. Are you holding anything?
Seems to be like a flute of some sort, or something that resembles like a small piece of wood. I think it's a flute.
What color are your hands and arms?
Like a brown, beautiful caramel brown, dirty though. Dirty. Something. It's Australia came into my head for some reason when you said that.
Take a look at your face. Take a look at your nose.
The face paint is distracting. I have very piercing eyes. Like my skin must be dark enough that my eyes are light enough that it is a stark contrast when you see my eyes. My eyes are like a light color blue, and the whites of my eyes are white, but my skin or the paint around my eyes is dark. And my eyes are very piercing.
Wonderful.
I do. I see like the universe in my eyes. I see that my connection and my spirituality in that lifetime comes out through my eyes, and I can see the universe in my eyes.
What is it that you're doing with all of this paint on you today? Are you doing some sort of a ceremony?
I feel as though somewhat I'm wearing these things and painting this to project an impression that I'm feeling. I feel this, and I have to appear this way in order to express the connection that I'm feeling. And it may be in preparation for my work. I'm preparing.
All right. So I'd like for you to see what it is that you do to prepare. Go there now.
I see animal bones and smoke and herbs and rituals and potions, and I'm just conjuring. I feel as though I'm conjuring the energy and the connection and the spirits, and preparing myself for my work. I'm inhabiting. I'm getting prepared to heal.
Mm-hmm.
It's an elated feeling that I feel when I'm doing this work.
See where it is in your body that you feel it.
In my muscles, in my chest, in my arms, in my fists,
Mm-hmm.
in my chakras. Just I feel the power of the connection of the spirit inside of me.
Very good. So I'd like for you to intensify that feeling now. And as you intensify the feeling, begin to see yourself now in the place where you'll be doing your healing work. Where are you?
I'm on a cliff. I'm on a cliff top. I'm overlooking, maybe at the top of a valley of some sort. Uh,
Tell me
it's
more.
it's very majestic. It's very I don't know how. I feel as though I'm projecting or sending healing or protecting the village below. Many rely on me.
So as you project this healing, are you using anything, or is it just your mind and energy?
It was all of the power that I was conjuring up previously. It was all of the rituals, all of the bones, all of the herbs that I was burning, all of the paint that I was using. I energized myself and prepared myself to go out and to send this healing energy throughout the village. I do see an image of a wolf coming to mind. I'm not sure if I'm
Invite that wolf to come see you.
maybe assisting me
Mm-hmm.
energetically. It's a spirit that is accompanying me to help me.
Mm-hmm. Connect with the wolf.
It's survival. He's teaching me, helping me with survival.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping them with survival. Wow, it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Survival. It's a very, very keen sense that the wolf has of survival. And I'm distracted by my eyes fluttering, but survival. Survival is what the intention and what the power that the wolf has that he is assisting me with.
Mm-hmm. As your eyes flutter, allow yourself to go deeper.
My body is shaking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of vibrations.
Go deeper with that vibration now. As you feel the vibration in your body, in your eyes, allow that to take you even deeper and deeper into this knowing.
Yeah, a lot of energy. I feel I have some sort of a staff that I have too. It's like a walking stick. It's taller than me, and I use that it may have like an animal head on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud to be the healer and the spiritual man of the village. Very proud to do everything I can for this village. Take it very seriously. I do everything I can.
Very good. So I'd like for you now to close this scene and let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime as this healer. See yourself on the last day. Notice where your body is, where you are.
I am being anointed and put on a pedestal, and the village is surrounding me and chanting for my transition.
Mm-hmm.
They're burning herbs and anointing my body
mm-hmm.
for the transition. And it seems as though I'm placed where they would also burn my body.
Mm-hmm. What is wrong with your body right now?
This body, I'm just shaking.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of kind of vibration going through my body, shaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling just.
What is causing the body of this healer to transition, to break down? Notice how old this body is.
Not very old. Just worn out.
It's worn out. Very good.
Yeah, not old,
Okay.
not old crepid men. I'm still.
So you'll understand what has happened to your body to cause it to break down. What is the cause of your death? See if it's been
I feel as though there's a sickness or a virus or a poison
mm-hmm.
that has happened. I don't know if it was accidentally or over time. Something has built up and caused my body to cease.
Mm-hmm. So as you are remembering this, I want you to feel what it feels like knowing that you could have caused some injury to your body.
It's definitely a toxin, and it is. I'm proud to have taken the hit for everybody else.
All right, very
I'm
good.
proud to have tested the medicine or tested the ways and have been the one to go and not the others. Sacrifice.
Very good. So as you've sacrificed your body for others, I'd like for you now to just transition out of that body. Take the last breath. And as you do, you'll be able to see all of the things that you've accomplished in that lifetime. All of the people you affected and helped.
Many, many people, all of the village. I feel as though I've used some ego in doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Creating a persona that everybody could look up to was also part of my creation, as well as my spiritual connection and
Mm-hmm.
medicine abilities.
How does that make you feel, knowing that?
Proud.
Mm-hmm.
It was a necessary tool to utilize in order to get the full effect in the lifetime.
Very good. So I'd like for you, as you leave that body, leave that lifetime, find your guide once again. What does your guide say about this lifetime that you've just lived?
I had the feeling that he said that I was trying to do everything on my own. I was trying to be the healer of all, take everybody's problems on my own shoulders, whereas it was not only my responsibility, I needed to include others and teach others and do it as a group, as a society, not just take it on as myself. It was not me, my duty. It was the duty of everybody together, a collaborative effort. And that I tried to take it on by myself, and that was my demise. That's why I developed a toxicity. No man stands alone. You cannot do it alone. Wow.
Mm-hmm. This toxicity that was taken by this healer, is that affecting the lifetime of Jean now? Take a look at this body that Jean is carrying. Does she hold some of that poison within her?
What she holds is the inability to release toxins.
Mm-hmm.
In her makeup, in her biological makeup,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as easy for her body to release toxins.
Mm-hmm.
So detoxing or sweating or uh, crying or anything that would be a release for her is more essential for her health.
Mm-hmm. Why is she holding herself back from that?
She doesn't want to be different than everybody else. She doesn't want to have to do additional work. She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
want to have to do anything different than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. So let's see how this lifetime of this healer, the pride that he had in doing it all by himself, is
Yes.
affecting the toxicity of her body.
Yes. The way that he didn't want to include the rest of the community in his work and to do it himself.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to help herself and become part of the team. She has to be a team with her body in order to release the toxins. She cannot let the toxins do it themselves or her do it herself. She needs to collaborate and be a team with her own body in
Mm-hmm.
order to facilitate the healing. Wow.
So is she fighting her body? Is her body fighting her? What's going on there? Let's focus
She
on one
needs
thing.
she
Mm-hmm.
needs to commune. She is separate from her biological self
Mm-hmm.
and feels as though it's separate, but it's all together. It's all one. He is not separate from his community, but doing the healing, and she is not separate from her body. They need to come together and work together and listen to one another in order to be successful.
All right, so we're going to focus in on one of the most important parts that has been affecting her. and that is the loss of her gallbladder. Now, when we lose an organ, that is just the physical organ that we lose. In the etheric body, that organ still exists because the etheric body is still complete and whole. So I'd like for you now to just hone in on the etheric part of the gallbladder, the part that is still there. And we're going to speak with the gallbladder now. I'd like for you to just give your voice and your vocal cords and give your gallbladder a voice. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I'd like to speak to that piece of the gallbladder that is still there, the part that is wanting your attention. Take a deep breath in. 1, focusing in on the gallbladder. 2, connecting. And 3, good afternoon. Is this the etheric part of the gallbladder?
Yes.
Thank you. It seems that Jean is very distraught that the physical part of her gallbladder was removed without her giving consent. Would you like to speak your truth to her now?
Yes.
Why is it that she is having this issue with the pain, with the burning, with the digestive issues?
She misses me and didn't want to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
She longs for me and feels as though she needed me. She feels as though she cannot survive without me. It's an emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessary. It's not vital. It may be disruptive, but it is. She will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
She is very attached and very loving and misses the loss. Wow.
Mm-hmm. But we know that everything has consciousness, all is spirit first, and the body is just a manifestation of that spirit. Why is it that she longs for you so much?
She feels as though it was her mistake to let me go. She feels as though she should have been smarter and more informed before letting me go. It's just a guilt or a blame that she's putting on herself for taking the action of having this removed.
Mm-hmm. Has this happened to her before? Has something been taken to her from her before in either this lifetime or another lifetime in which she was not able to have control? I want you to intensify the feeling of this grief, of missing this part. I'd like for you to intensify, and as you do, find the origin, the true origin of the grief that you are holding inside. As you intensify this longing, I want you to begin to see that moment, the people involved, the lifetime in which you are truly grieving for. As I count back, follow that grief. 5, the feeling of having something taken from you, ripped from you without consent. 4, taking it away from you, having no say. 3, make it stronger and stronger. 2, begin to see the people, the faces, the circumstances. And 1, be there. Where are you?
Yes, I'm on a table,
Mm-hmm.
just after just have been just giving birth,
Mm-hmm.
and it is my baby that's being taken from me.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
A young girl, 16, 17, very young,
Mm-hmm.
15 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Just very young, too young to know, too young to do anything, have no power, no voice.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out who has made this baby disappear from you. Who's taken this from you?
The doctor,
Mm-hmm.
the doctor did. It was planned. His plan is giving it to somebody else for money.
I'd like for you to see what year it is. Look up into your inner vision and see the year. See the numbers.
I would say 50s
Mm-hmm.
seems to be in that era,
Mm-hmm.
40s, 50s maybe.
So with this grief, I'd like for you to see who it is that you are angry at.
I'm most angry with myself
Mm-hmm.
for not having the strength or the voice or the tenacity to run or to leave or to ask for help. Or
Mm-hmm.
I felt I had no other way.
Mm-hmm. Can you forgive yourself now for understanding that you didn't have that power? You were living in a time
Yes.
where you couldn't speak for yourself. But notice how you have held this grief.
Mm.
Where have you put this grief?
Yeah.
How is this grief manifesting in the lifetime now of Jean? See these two lifetimes side by side. How has it affected you?
Powerlessness, no voice, and the uh, being paralyzed um, with uncertainty and not making the move, not being brave and courageous enough to make the move to save myself,
Mm-hmm.
to get out of a situation.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So as you see two lifetimes side by side, how can Jean assist this young girl who's had her baby taken from her?
Uh,
What would you like to tell her?
that it wasn't her fault and that she should not blame herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that her baby will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she will always be its mother. Nothing in the world will ever change that. That bond is forever.
Mm-hmm. And what choices has the soul made about having children in the future?
Mm-hmm. The young girl on the table
Mm-hmm. What choices has she made?
will definitely have more children.
Mm-hmm. Has she made any vows?
Never to let anybody take another child of hers. Never to let herself be in that position.
Very good. So now I'd like for you to send her love. Send her love. And allow her to go off to live her life in peace. as you turn once again to your own body and to that gallbladder that was taken. Is it necessary to hold on to the grief of this baby being taken and associating it with your gallbladder?
No.
No. And now that you understand that the gallbladder can do its function from the etheric realm, do we need to have these issues, these fights with your body any longer?
No.
No. So I'd like for you to just go ahead and begin to get smaller and smaller. Feel yourself getting to the size of a pill. And I'd like for you to travel through your digestive system now. And I'd like for you to just see what areas of your body have been causing all the pain, all the burning in the back, all the digestive issues. What's there?
It's the connection to the upper part of the liver that connects to where the gallbladder was, and maybe like a scar tissue or something, some piece growing and causing the pain.
All right. So as you look deeper into that scar tissue, a scar is created by something that's been injured, hasn't it? And it's gotten stronger. And you can see that your own body has created a way to become stronger. But now it needs something that no longer requires that scar tissue. It needs confidence from you, knowing that it won't attack it any longer. That won't attack it with fear, with guilt, with grief, with self-harm, with all of those thoughts that you didn't act enough, you didn't say enough, you didn't do enough. I'd like for you now to send your healing light to that scar, to that space where the gallbladder was. And I'd like for you to come up with a frequency, a color that is the frequency of healing for you. What color is that?
Pink.
Pink. I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to fill that space with pink light. The space where the gallbladder was, and now the scar tissue has formed. I'd like for you to just begin filling it and begin to just tear away at that scar tissue, no longer needed there. Fill it with all that pink love, pink healing. And tell me how it looks.
It looks brand new, like rejuvenating, like
Beautiful.
brand new cells in a this new area, like pink, fresh, new, alive,
Wonderful.
vibrant, young.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, really pretty.
Wonderful. So now that we're looking at the body, I'd like for you to just go towards your back, near your waist, near your hip, and see what is causing the back issues that are keeping Jean from doing her work, from standing for so long.
My first impression was like a piece of a bone, like a shard of a bone.
All right.
Something sticking, something
all right.
sharp sticking in.
Okay. So I'd like for you to intensify the feeling of that bone sticking into your back. I'd like for you to begin to amplify that sticking feeling. And I'd like for you to tell me how it feels. What are the words that describe this bone sticking into your back?
Stabbing.
Stabbing. Keep going.
Cutting off the energy or flow.
Keep going. Intensify it. Follow it. Where's that? What's sticking into you? Begin to see it as that pain gets stronger and stronger.
Feels like revenge. Something
Uh-huh.
is revenge, has revenge on me.
Okay, keep going.
It's like sticking it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's angry, and
Mm-hmm.
it's vengeful, and it's constant, and it's never going to let me go, and
Mm-hmm.
it's constant pain. Uh, it's,
Keep going and keep seeing who it is that's sticking it to you. Who is sticking it to you? See it. Feel the stabbing. Feel the anger. Feel the pain. Whose face is that?
at first, I saw like a sort of like a gremlin, but then it kind of is clearing into sort of like uh, uh, an indigenous creature of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
like
Keep.
a like a folklore of some sort, like an image or a creature or a some sort of a folklore that is like a not juju or voodoo or something, but something that is folklore that is the image that is presenting itself as something like that.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for
I'm
you,
not sure.
as you're focusing on that, I'd like for you to feel that and see if that is part of Jean's life or something that is just influencing her at this time. You'll be able to tell the difference. Is this something that belongs to this soul, to the history of this soul, or is it outside of it? Keep feeling the stabbing.
It's not from this lifetime.
Okay.
It doesn't feel as though it's been there. It's something that came. It is with her soul, though. I'm
It
not.
is.
It's not with her with this lifetime, but it is with her soul.
Okay.
It is.
So
Yeah.
I'd like for you to just connect again with your guide, and I'd like for you to just see yourself all both at that place of projection and see where it is that this soul has been stabbed by this little creature. Look at which lifetime it is. Look down and see who is stabbing. Who's doing that stabbing? Follow it. Keep going. Who's there? Going deeper. Going deeper. Going deeper.
It seems as though, like in the Middle Ages, I don't really have the terminology, but some sort of a hex or some sort of a curse. I don't believe in curses, but that's what it
Mm-hmm.
presents to be in that type of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Are you male or female?
I'm a male,
Mm-hmm.
and I very very horrible
Tell me what's
male,
happening. Mm-hmm.
not treating animals very well. I don't know what kind of animals they are. They're large animals,
Mm-hmm. What are you doing with
and
these
I'm not
animals?
confining them, restricting them, and forcing them to work and being very demanding of them and unforgiving of them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do see elephants now. It may be elephants that I'm treating poorly
Mm-hmm.
and maybe
What happens? What do the elephants do?
suffer,
Mm-hmm.
and they're weakened and frightened and in a lot of pain. And I feel the pain in my back while I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm. Feel where that pain is coming from. Is it coming from one of the animals? What happens?
I could have been mauled or maimed or.
I want you to see it. I want you to go into it now. Find out what's happened. See
They
it very.
retaliated and attacked me and charged me and picked me up with their tusks and threw me in the air.
Mm-hmm. Is one of those shards a part of the tusk?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So as you are feeling this now, can you forgive yourself for having harmed these animals?
This one's hard. I feel that the karma with them doing what they did to me was justified, and
Mm-hmm.
what I did was not.
Mm-hmm. So as you look at this piece of tusk that is inside of your back, full of revenge, full of anger,
Yeah.
full of
Yeah.
vengefulness, can you forgive yourself for having done this to these animals, not knowing the truth?
Yes.
All
I
right.
do know the truth now.
So I'd
I
like for you to
didn't.
see these animals before you now. Each one of these animals has consciousness. Each one of these animals has come to your life to help you learn more about yourself, to evolve your soul. I'd like for you to just see all of these animals before you. And I'd like for you to ask for their forgiveness.
Will you forgive me? They say it was a role. We were playing a role.
Yes,
There's nothing to forgive.
wonderful. So now that the animals have told you this, do you need to carry that shard of tusk in your back any longer?
No.
No. So go ahead and remove that shard now and give it back to the elephant that gave you this gift.
Thank you.
What do the animals do now?
They're rejuvenated and they're whole and they're healthy and they're strong and they dematerialize. They just disappear as if
Beautiful.
it was all a dream.
Mm-hmm. So now that they have dematerialized, I'd like for you to focus on that space where that shard was. We have taken out the shard. We now need to replace it with something in its place because nature abhors a vacuum. We need to put something into it that will heal it. And I'd like for you to come out with the healing frequency, the light that we could put into that space, into your back, into your whole body, that will rejuvenate yourself just like it did those animals. What color?
I see planting bamboo. Bamboo is very strong and sustainable and renewing and ever growing and very hard to defeat. And the bamboo plant is part of Gaia and part of the earth and the dirt and the bamboo and the strength. And it's happy to help me.
Wonderful. So go ahead and begin to plant that bamboo. And allow the healing energies of Gaia to come through that bamboo and keep you strong and flexible.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How does that back feel now?
Rejuvenated.
Beautiful.
Feel
Beautiful.
very thankful, very thankful.
Wonderful. So now let's move down to your knees. I'd like for you to just go inside of your knees and see what's causing the sore knee. What's down there? You could start with one and then work to the other.
Guilt.
Keep going.
And procrastination.
So just like we did before, let's begin to focus in on the feelings, the emotions, the words that come out of those knees. Go ahead and keep focusing on that. What comes out?
I need to create for myself. I need to stand in my power and direct my own life and not wait for others to direct my life. I need to forgive myself for the laziness in the past and be fortified with the power and intention moving forward.
Wonderful. So now that we understand what's caused the knees, to give you this message, this very strong message. What's caused the procrastination? What's caused the guilt? Dive deep into that now. What's causing that non-committal, non-movement of moving forward, of creativity? Let's go to the origin of that, of not being able to move forward, of not being able to create.
Allowing the pressures of society to dictate my decision. And for knowing better and for knowing the difference, but still taking the easy road rather than something that may look different, that may be difficult for other people to see, understand, and hear, and be cast out as a somebody who's crazy. All of those fears of society that I don't want to rock the boat. I want to be. I want to keep things steady.
So let's find out when it was that this soul rocked the boat so much that caused this procrastination. I'd like for you to once again return to that projection room with your guide, and let's look for that lifetime in which this soul rocked the boat so much that caused her now to be afraid of speaking her truth. Begin to dive deep into all of those lifetimes. 5. Go deeper. 4. Not wanting to be heard or seen. 3. Afraid of what society says. 2. Go deeper. 1. Be there.
I see myself as a woman, a young woman who is very rebellious. I'm in like a forest, kind of very moral type of environment, and I would I would say things and see things and play with the elementals and uh, say things and wish things. I had think people would think I was crazy at that time. They would not see me as normal. I was
Mm-hmm.
very different, and I was in my own world and carefree and would uh, just be happy and and nobody others would not understand my behavior, and they would see me as somebody who was crazy and talking to the wind and not being you know like them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'd like for you to close that scene and let's go to the scene in that lifetime in which everything changed for you, when things began to be a little different and you were no longer carefree. Be there.
I was being restrained and confined and uh, uh, not hospitalized, but just taken away for my own good because of
Mm-hmm.
their fears and because of their misunderstandings. And they tried to restrain me and to uh, sedate me and to stifle in every way
Mm-hmm.
my my carefree, and it did uh, dim my light. It did darken my spark. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it was alcohol or something that I was sedated with that diminished my spirit.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to see yourself in this place in which you are going to end your life. Where are you?
It is in dark room, locked in, feeling defeated.
Are you by yourself or are there others with you?
There are others outside of the door, but I'm by myself inside the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the fetal position in the corner of the room, and I feel as though I'm starving. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just lacking water and food and substance. They're just starving me to death. There's no
How
other way to.
how old are you there?
Still a young girl, still maybe in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm. So as you're in that fetal position, ready to leave that body, what are the things that are going through your mind? What are you feeling?
Why can't I help myself now?
Mm-hmm.
Where's all my where's all my energy, all my spark, all my light now? Where is it all gone? Why am I being defeated?
So as you are in that position, see if you are totally in your body or if part of you is watching that body. Is there a part of you?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
So that part
yes.
of your soul that has left your body, what's it feeling?
That I've served. My life is full. My life is okay just as it is. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with it ending now. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong. There's nothing to be defeated about.
Mm-hmm.
It's my time. It was the cycle that I needed to take.
Mm-hmm. Is there a part of you still in that body that's feeling distraught?
Absolutely.
All right. What is that part of you saying to itself? The soul knows, but the part of you in the body, how is it feeling?
It is the way it mimics the way I feel when I couldn't stop gaining weight, when my weight was uncontrollable and I couldn't get out of my body, and I was being tethered, I was being restrained, I was being held down, and unable to defend myself from all of this weight that was piling on me and this sickness that I was bringing on myself.
As you look at this starving girl, do you need to bring this starvation into this lifetime of Jean? Do you need to bring that memory?
No.
Mm-hmm. As you look
I
at
do
this
have
girl,
a.
do you need to bring that restraint and feeling of not being able to do anything?
No.
No. So what would you like to tell this young girl who's dying of starvation and love and understanding now?
It was a cycle. It was a means. It was for the elation that you felt early in life and the pure joy and and euphoria that was dancing around and playing with all the elementals and the sun and the earth and the ability to touch that and to feel that and to experience that was all that you needed. And anything, nothing. That was the fullness of your life. And
Good. So
this matter doesn't matter.
right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and ask that part of the soul that understands to go ahead and unite once again with this girl, the part of the soul that was carefree. And as you reunite both of these parts, she can now leave whole.
Yes.
Allow her to transition now as one with the full understanding that that was just an experience of contrast.
Wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can you forgive yourself now, Jean, for holding on to this memory of contrast?
Yes.
Can you see now how you have been punishing yourself through all your lifetime by reliving this memory? The fear of doing what you wanted to do for fear of those stopping you, for eating, thinking that you're going to be starved once again, for tethering yourself down and not moving forward into doing what you love. Can you see all of that now?
Yes.
And you could fill in the blanks of things I haven't said.
Yeah.
Would you like to release that now?
Yes.
All right. So I'd like for you to just look at all of your body and see where have you been holding all of this grief of not being able to speak your truth, to move forward in life, to dance, to joy, to be joyful, to sing your truths. without the fear of being held back. Where are you holding all this? Look at
I
your
feel
body.
it in my solar plexus.
All right, so go diving deep into your solar plexus and see what it looks like. What does all this look like? This fear of
Uh,
moving forward.
it looks like it's like a twine. It's like a ball of twine, like a really rough string. Really, it's
Mm-hmm.
not thick; it's thin, but it's like the kind that gives you hurt your hands when you touch it. The twine, but it's in like a big ball.
All right. So, who are those divine beings that assist you with your work? Who would you like to call forth?
Metatron is one of my
Very,
favorites.
very good. All right. So, I'd like for you to allow Metatron to take a hold of the end of that twine and begin to pull out all of this that you've been holding. See this twine unravel as it's being pulled out, getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And when all of the twine is gone, just nod your head. Very good. And now that we have all of that twine taken out, we need to fill that space with something that will move you forward in life. What would you like to fill that space with?
Golden ball of light.
Beautiful. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin placing that golden ball of light into that solar plexus now. And as you breathe into that ball, allow it to expand. With every breath, feel it expanding more and more. How does that feel?
Feels great. Feels
Mm-hmm.
very familiar. Feels like what the young girl had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. So now that we've taken care of the back, we've taken care of the knees, the gallbladder, take a look at the rest of your body and see if there's anything else there that we need to address today in your body.
My throat chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Something in my throat.
All right. So let's take a look and see what's there. I'd like for you to begin spinning that chakra now and see what happens when you spin that chakra.
I feel like a strangulation towards the bottom of my neck, but
Okay.
it's just something cutting off the energy.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and take your hand and touch that place now. And as you touch it, find out what it is
Mm-hmm.
that's strangling you. What is that that's strangling you? Begin to see
When
it in
I
your mind. Just touch it. Feel it. Make it deeper.
when I when I touched it, I felt it. I thought of thyroid. My thyroid may be
Mhm.
interfering.
All right. Well, I don't want you to think about it. I want you to just see it.
It's like a saw. It's like a saw that is
Mm-hmm.
like a something you would cut a log with, and you would pull it down, and it would cut. It's
All
a
right.
saw.
All right. So as you're there, I'm going to count from 5 to 1. I want you to intensify the feeling of that saw cutting your throat. And I want you to be in that moment in which it's happening. 5. Begin to feel that saw getting stronger and stronger. 4. Make it intensify. Feel the feelings. Say the words. 3. Going deeper into that saw. 2. Feel it. Getting deeper.
It's very bloody.
1. Very bloody. What's all around you?
Feels like farm equipment. Feels like an accident of some sort. Feels
Mm-hmm.
like it was I was caught and pulled down into something that severed my throat.
Mm-hmm.
Very bloody.
Very bloody. Is anybody there to witness this?
After the fact, they found me.
All right. So as this is happening, as this accident is happening, cutting you, what are the thoughts that are going through your mind? I'd like for you to be there in that moment once again. As this is happening, what is the thought that's going through your mind?
This can't be happening. I'm needed. You rely on me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't let this happen.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I'm, I feel stupid that it happened. It was just an accident that I could have prevented, and now I've let everybody down
Mm-hmm.
because they rely on me.
Very good. So now as you understand this, I'd like for you to go ahead and address this man. And I'd like for you to tell him what you need to tell him to ease his soul in this time of passing. What would you like to tell him?
It was his time, same as the girl. It is a cycle. It is not your fault. It is not your burden. It is your time. It is your exit point. It is meant to be. It was your destiny or your life cycle. It is just a natural cycle. It is no reason, no fault, no 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 guilt, no burden. It is just a cycle.
All right, so I'd like for you now to change and let me speak with the man who is dying. You there. As you hear these words, does that make any sense to you?
Now it does.
Now it does. So as this is happening to you, a part of your soul has split away, has run away in fear. Where is this soul? Where is that part?
Went back home, went back to the house,
Mm-hmm.
trying to help the others.
Mm-hmm. But as you can see, the soul cannot be split. Are you ready now to join together and go back home to the light?
Yes.
All right, so I'd like for you to go ahead and call that part of your soul back that went home to help the others. And I'd like for you both to join and find your guide who will take you home. And tell me when you're there.
I'm there.
Very good. And now I'd like for you to just focus on your throat. And I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to seal that area. No longer needing the memory, the emotional and spiritual scar of having gone through this exercise of losing your life in such a tragic way. Go ahead and seal that space now with light. And just breathe into it and tell me how that feels.
Free of obstruction.
Very good. Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to spin that chakra now. How does that feel?
Very strong.
Very good. Very good. And now that the body is strong and we understand what it is that Jean's been holding all this time, why she hasn't been moving forward in her life, how can she now be of service to humanity?
shining her light where and whenever she can, wherever she can, as often as she can, be her light, stand in the light, and be the light. I just
Wonderful. Wonderful.
hold the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that others will feel it, will be attracted to it, it's contagious. When she does it, other people can feel as though they can do it too.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now, moving forward, she wants to maintain more of a contact, spiritual contact with her higher being, her guides, and in that lifetime that she saw as this healer, she was able to do that very easily. What is keeping her from doing that now? Anything?
She does not want to give up what she has
Mm-hmm.
planned for the unknown. It's the unknown. It's
Mm-hmm.
the unknown of how it will work out. She needs to trust in her light and trust in her guides. Let go and trust that they will take care of her and watch over her and will carry her.
Mm-hmm. So right now she's in a time in her life, like others, who are at a crossroads of what they should be doing, what kind of career opportunities are ahead. And we saw that in one lifetime she was a healer, and she's able to connect with all of the same healing abilities. What career would be the most fulfilling to her right now moving forward?
Helping others in any capacity, in all of her skills, in a collaboration of her skills, spiritual skills combined with her skills in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them integrated and or simultaneously, but, but both of them.
Mm-hmm. So it seems that she has a gift of abundance in this life.
She does.
Mm-hmm. So now moving forward, how can she send that abundance to others?
Teaching them,
Mm-hmm. Very
showing
good.
them the way, teaching and showing, and
Wonderful.
being the example,
Mm-hmm.
being the example others will see.
Wonderful. So I'd like to request for those guides that help her in this lifetime to assist her with making that move forward now that she no longer needs to procrastinate, understanding where that came from, where she no longer needs to feel the aches in her back, knowing that the revenge is gone, that she has forgiven herself, that she no longer needs to be reminded of of pain that she could have caused in the past. She's free of that. Now moving forward, she could live her life with passion, with joy, with freedom, knowing that she is truly loved by her family, by her loved ones, and that she can move forward and help humanity now. And now that we've seen all of those, is there anything else that we have not touched upon? Or are we complete?
I would like to ask for guidance and assistance moving forward, achieving my goals day to day, my lifestyle day to day, reconnecting with Gaia day to day.
So as you already know, that is an intention that you set. So I'd like for you now to go and officially request that assistance from your guides, from your angels, from God.
They'll
Very good. Very good.
each one will be on both one will be on one arm, one will be on the other arm, lifting me and carrying me and helping me to get started and lifting me up and guiding me and helping me to move forward during this struggle. If during the beginning periods of my progression.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Is there anything else, or are we complete today?
We are complete.
Very good. Very good. 5 wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Wow.
Hi,
How do you feel?
Alba.
Hi.
I feel good. I feel good. I did have a couple of insights while you were bringing me back, and I probably will have more insights as the days go on.
Yeah.
One insight was that you were beside me, looking down, looking over that hole and peering down. You were part of the people around the circle, and that's why I couldn't see you. Couldn't find you in there because you were beside me the whole time.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful insight.
And the other one, I was shaking during that one lifetime, and I felt as though maybe I was had something similar to like ayahuasca or something that was causing my body to make that, and that's what I was feeling like, and that he was so hyped up, like it felt like ego, but it was just like a hyping, and I think it was maybe the psychedelics or whatever they call it, maybe causing that. I don't
Yeah.
know what they call it. You
The
know.
plant medicine? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But it was really good, wasn't it?
yeah,
We
yeah. That
went to
was.
we went to things you never even expected. That tusk.
I know.
Wow. Makes sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
deserved it though.
How does your body feel now?
It feels good. I, I don't. I, I have soreness, but I have like invigoration in that area as well. It's not
Wonderful.
100% totally gone, but
Hmm.
like activity there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was wild. So was this different than your other sessions?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. I was able to see and describe and uh, get to different lifetimes with ease. There wasn't as much pausing. It was very fluid. I feel, I don't know. Was it very fluid? I feel as though I was
Yeah, you were doing great.
responding.
And each time you're hypnotized, it makes it easier each time. So you said you had about 2 sessions before.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
each time it's like a muscle memory. Your body and your mind uh, start to understand what hypnosis is, and you just kind of let yourself go. That's why we went to so many places.
Yeah.
We did a lot. So it was good. So do you want to share this or you want to keep it private? What do you think?
If you think it's helpful for others to listen to, I'd be happy to share it because I've learned so much from others.
It's up to you.
Um,
It's up to
yeah,
you.
and
I'm gonna take some personal stuff out.
yeah, the names.
Yeah, take the names out and people at the end. But everything else, I think was a pretty nice experience.
Okay, great. Yeah.
It definitely, you went to different things, the gallbladder thing was really interesting.
Yeah.
Connecting the dots between that and having the baby taken in that other life.
I was projecting that loss onto this.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
It is.
Who would have thought? Who would have
It
thought?
is. You go into those corners and find out all the information. Very
Yeah.
revealing.
So,
Yeah.
how long do you think it was? Was it fast for you, or
Wow. It seemed a lot faster than it is. I just saw the time. Wow. Yeah.
we did a
It
lot,
does
didn't we?
it does seem a lot faster. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, it was really nice, and I know that whoever watches this will probably get something out of it, understanding that it's not always what you think.
Yeah.
If you connect the dots to the other lifetimes, because all lifetimes are happening simultaneously, as you saw when you looked into that hole.
Yeah.
It's all
That
happening
was
now.
really cool. That was very, very, very vivid. And the position of my body, like my arms were like leaning and we were just peering down. It was very, very vivid. It was fun to watch
It's like
that.
you were peering through time,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
hole in time, and you were seeing all of your lifetimes. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, and I want to thank all of you who watched this along with us. And if you want to sign up for one of the sessions, just sign up for a newsletter, and you can see this online thing is working pretty good. I'm still going to be traveling once this thing all opens up, but I want to thank you for watching. Until the next time.